the band Goalkeeper from Philadelphia area.
Awesome, Mark. So I had your bass player Ryan on about a year ago now, and you guys have released a new EP. How long was that process from, like, were you guys working on it like when we first did the interview with Ryan, or did you guys like come up with it during like that time frame?
You worked on. We talked about what the gut feeling one with like leftovers and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so that was our first, and then so we in the process we were writing our second EP that we just released. Bad Times Don't Last. We were like in the infancy stage of that when you first talked to him. So gut feeling was kind of cool because we did it single by single instead of releasing it all at once. Which ended up being a little easier for us because the studio was close by. It was only like 40 minutes above Philly. The new record, Bad Times Don't Last, we did that with Rick King all the way out in western Kentucky. It's called a little town called, it's called Paducah. It's like the quilt capital of Kentucky or whatever. We did it with him, and then the guitarist that hit the lights, Kevin Mahoney. So, then we just released that back in November.
Awesome, awesome. How was working with like Rick King and like the guitar player from Hit the Lights? Because I know that you guys had posted like some videos on like Instagram and things of that nature. So like, was it just somebody that Rick knew and that he just brought in, or was it somebody that you had like asked for that you guys had been talking with?
So Rick has been working with Hit the Lights for a couple of years now because he helped Nick, their singer, with his side project, A Thief Club, and then he did a couple other small singles. Like they had the Siberian song that came out, and Anthem, and I'm blanking on the last one. They're gonna hate me for it, but so excuse me, getting over a cold. So we were talking to Rick because we were looking for another studio to do the EP at, and we always knew that we could like write simple songs, but we didn't know how to like make them like really good. So we were obviously looking for a producer, but someone that we could live with for like 2 weeks and work 15 hours a day critiquing like every chord progression and like, that's a really cool D chord, but what if we try to like here and here and see which one sounds the best. So right before we played that 4-chord music fest a couple years ago out in Pittsburgh, we were talking to Rick. Rick had Hit the Lights in the studio, and then Rick was like, oh, let's check out some bands from the 4-chord fest. We ended up being one of them because we were talking to him, and Kevin instantly fell in love with us, which was really cool. Yeah, so he came up to us after the 4-chord fest and was like, I love your band, just have to tell you that. So for us, we're like, you're a legend, dude. You can't just say that to us. And then when we committed to Rick a couple weeks later, Kevin pretty much begged to work with us on the record. And he only lives in Nashville, which is 2 hours south, so it wasn't hard for him to come up for the 2 weeks.
That's awesome. That's such a cool experience. And like when I saw the videos, I was like, man, that's such like a cool thing. And like I think it goes to show like how small the music world is a little bit in that way. Just because you had the opportunity to play 4 Chords music festival, and then now you get to work with like probably one of your favorite bands. It's like that must have been like a dream come true kind of a thing.
And it was, and Rick and Kevin, especially Kevin, because he's recorded with some really high-end guys like Rob Freeman up in North Jersey and Kyle Black out in California, who he's been pretty much doing like all the other bands. So he brought that experience to the studio with us, which we've never experienced before. So it wasn't just about how does a song become great. It's like how do we add things to make it great that we're not used to. So like distorted piano, 8-part harmonies in the back to make a chorus bigger. The fact that the little nuances, that like the imperfections that, when you're in a local studio, they don't really care about. Rick and Kevin are like, nope, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. What I like the most is like Kevin could have just tracked out a lot of the stuff for us because he actually knows how to play drums, knows how to play bass, definitely knows how to play guitar. But he made it a point to make sure that we walked out there knowing how to play everything. Because he's like, you guys are gonna have to do this every night, and if we don't confirm that you can play this part, you're just hurting yourself because you're gonna go play live. It's not gonna be good. So, and they never lost their temper, never got annoyed. They really know how to be patient with a band like us because we're learning a lot of this stuff and trying to become better studio musicians as well as live musicians. So the fact that like a simple guitar part that would take someone who's pretty talented, maybe one or two takes, taking me 15 or 16 tries. They're just like, all right, man, how about this? Let's take a break. I'll loop this track for you so you can practice it. We're going to get some lunch. We'll come back and we'll track it. Just take your time. Just take a breath. So that was cool because even with someone like Kevin and someone like Rick, you didn't feel intimidated, especially if you didn't play that well.
And that's good to hear too, especially for like you said, being a band that you're gonna have to play it live. You're gonna have to know how to play all of these songs. And that's I think that's a really good testament to not only Rick but like also to Kevin as well. So cool like backstory. I'll always love hearing that sort of stuff because for me, like, you get to listen to a record, you get to see it live or whatever, but you never really get to have that sort of like deeper sort of process. So that's awesome, Mark. Glad you guys came out with like an awesome record.
Thanks, man.
But my next question is getting into more current stuff. What have you been jamming? What's on your Spotify? What have you been listening to lately?
Okay, so as of yesterday, I haven't turned it off. Hardcore band from Boston, Actor Observer.
Yes, yeah.
I saw them last night because my buddies in Heaven Sacred playing Ortlibs. So I was like, I'm going to go out. And holy shit. Like, I love hardcore, like Knocked Loose and stuff, and might be doing a hardcore project on the side with my buddy Pete. But when just the energy and everything about them, I was like, I'm so, I think I spent way too long talking to him after the show, too. But them, always Seaway, especially always Newfound Glory, Fall Out Boy, especially the old stuff. Let's say Chief State is one of the new bands. Dear Youth. There's one band. They're like kind of like folky pop punk meets ska.
Interesting. Okay.
They're called Just Friends.
Okay.
And I'll send you the link to one of their songs. It's incredible. I don't know what about it. It's just really cool. I'm trying to think. In Her Own Words, representing the hoodie. And then some bigger bands like Joywave.
Nice.
Have been on them recently, which is Kevin's band now because Hit the Lights is not disbanded. They're going a little bit of a break. So, but definitely listen to them. Yeah, always Blank, always the classics.
Awesome.
I don't think that's ever like not in your that's never not in your rotation.
That's true. I mean, I'm not like the most diehard Blink fan, but I'll put it on every once in a while just to keep it in that rotation. So that's awesome. But my next question, Mark, to kind of switch up the ones that I told Ryan, if you could compile like a musical supergroup, who would be in your band?
Mike Dirt as bass.
Oh, okay.
There was a tie between him and Mike from MXPX, but I think I would go with Mike Dirt from Green Day. Alex Gaskarth as singer. If I'm building like I'm trying to build like a group that I feel people could do like way more than just like pop punk. Okay. Because that's another thing I've heard. I listen to a lot of like country and pop music as well, just so I get it. My ear gets a break from the pop punk. So yeah, Alex Gaskarth singer, Mike Dern is bass. I mean, I'll throw Kevin I'll say Kevin on guitar just because like he also songwrites and does a lot of country stuff, so he's super talented outside of just like what Hit the Lights does. So him on guitar. Who would I have as drummer? Jackson from 4 Years Strong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was one of the main reasons I got into that band when I first heard him. Just like the create, especially that double bass ride all the way through Heroes Get Remembered, Let Never Die.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for them because they're doing an acoustic run coming up pretty soon. So I'm probably gonna head out to New Jersey's date for that. So I'm excited for that.
Asbury Park, right? Correct.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm so bummed. Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm excited to see. I would love to see Elder Brother again too, because he was awesome the last time I saw him.
Yeah, because I know it's them. My good friend Lizzie, she's doing her stuff, and then I think who else? Microwaves, I think guitar player and vocalist are doing stuff.
Right. Yep.
So
that's gonna be a great lineup.
That's gonna be sick. I'm excited for that one. But my next question is, I guess you can answer this one too. What's the next show that you're going to? Like, what you got any good shows that you're going to coming up?
Going to. I'm going to the not MXP, shit, Mass Intruder Interrupter show in Asbury Park
Oh,
in
tight.
March.
Okay, yeah, saw that.
Yeah, my buddy Chris and I are going, and I have a friend Angie who works out in the, I think, Brighton Bar area. I forget exactly what it's called. She's a tattoo artist, so we'll go up there, get some small pieces done, and then head down to the show. I've never been to Stone Pony, so I'm really excited about that.
It's small.
Um, I've heard, but I'm so excited,
It's gonna be
especially
awesome.
for for Mass Intruder. Um, and I get if you want to count the shows we're playing, I mean, we're heading out on a quick weekender with Send Request, and next week, I believe, heading down south. So as far as seeing shows, I guess you want to count that because we'll see other bands.
Awesome.
But yeah, but that Mass Intruder, I saw them at Four Chord, and hilarious and awesome and punk and raw, and I can't wait to see it again.
Awesome. Well, I'll have to ask you how it goes, Mark. But my next question is, I know that you had spoken about producers, but if there was another producer or a guest vocalist you would like to have on a next record, who would you want to choose?
Derek from Sum 41.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. I've thought about that. Like, what happens if like Goalkeeper got to the point where we kind of had our pick of producers, and like everyone had a little bit of interest. And the reason I say him is because Rick showed us this before we went down to the studio to kind of get us prepped of what we were gonna do.
Yeah.
With adding, some of our verses people don't realize have like 4 or 5 different guitar parts, but like 2 or 3 of them you don't hear. They're just underneath so low just to build up the song.
Yeah.
So if you go on YouTube and look up Walking Disaster, like studio through or whatever, Derek, because he produced the last couple Sum 41 records himself.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and Underclass Here is one of my favorite records. So he shows you like what he did, and the fact that he did it mostly himself. Obviously the help of his bandmates. I was like, yeah, he'd be like the dream guy. I would be like, yo, you want to do the next Goalkeeper record? So yeah, Derek from Sum 41.
Hey, nothing's out of the question. You can always make it happen. I always say like somehow it happens. So, Derek from Sum 41 might be watching this. Who knows? So,
Yeah,
Derek,
right.
you know what's going on.
Call him. Facebook.
Anyway, Mark, next question. If you're trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one album that you could listen to, what album would it be?
Underclass Hero.
Oh,
Speaking of Sum
wow. Okay,
41.
speaking of Sum 41. Awesome.
Yep, that record. I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, a lot of people say like, Take Off Pants and Jacket or Dookie from Green Day and stuff like the classics, but Sum 40, that album came out when I first started finding pop punk, I really only knew like All Time Low, We the Kings, mainly because that Glamour Kills tour that happened back in like 2000,
Yeah.
like 9.
Yeah, you're really throwing it back.
Yeah. But that album came out and kind of was like the modern, I guess, like what I grew up listening to, but I didn't identify as pop punk. Then when I saw that they got kind of lumped in there, I was like, oh, like this is the record I wish I could write. Everything from start to finish, just like the big hooks, the random French folky like 5/4 song in the middle of the record. So, and because knowing how much he put into that album from like that playthrough I told you, I'd be preoccupied for the next month just trying to hear every little nuance that he did.
That's good. I appreciate the dedication to just listening to it like that. But getting back to your band, Mark, Goalkeeper, you did speak about a new record, Bad Times Don't Last. What's one of your favorite tracks that you feel like people should listen to? I'm sure the rest of the band has their favorites, but what's your favorite off the record?
The favorite to listen to would be Chances. Just like the honesty. Ryan wrote that song like 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and when we were writing the record, he was just sending like old videos of him playing or like kind of redoing some songs. And towards, I guess like a month or two before we head down to Kentucky, I like scrolled through our band chat through our text messaging, and I found that video. And I was like, we should try to do something with this. And Rick actually ended up liking it, and he like changed it up a bunch, especially with melody and everything. Yeah. So I think for the record, that's my favorite to listen to. And plus, we have our friend Liz from Gold Steps, the singer.
Oh, cool.
She does harmonies, but they're loud enough where you can hear them. throughout the entire song. But then to play live would be Left Lane.
Oh,
Just very,
okay, yeah.
yeah, just very fast, in your face, bouncy chorus. The type of song I think the band always wanted to write. So the fact that it came out, we were really stoked on it. So yeah, that's my answer. Chances to listen to, Left Lane to play live.
Awesome, awesome, Mark. And to finish it out, tell them about Goalkeeper, where you can find you at. Obviously, you said you're going on a short run, so you can divulge that if you feel free to. But tell them the people what's going on.
I mean, everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just it's simple at Goalkeeper Band. So nothing too crazy there. We're on Spotify. I think like every music streaming site that you can find a band on. Like if you go through like CD Baby or TuneCore, or we go through Unable in New Jersey, like it's everywhere. You just have to look for our ugly mugs. I think I make a stupid face, so just some band with a stupid face guitar player. You're good. And then we're doing a run with Send Requests, which is really cool. Being in the Mid Atlantic, people forget there's so many markets. Like New Jersey has like 3 different markets itself that you can play for 3 tour dates and not interfere with each other. So we're going south to Greensboro to play New York Pizza on the 24th. The 25th is in Ground Zero in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And then the 26th is Garden Grove Brewing in Richmond, Virginia. And then 2 weeks later, our friends in Savor, who are from Philly, we're going up north. So I think it's February 7th, we're doing Albany at Pauly's Hotel. And then the 8th, we're doing a house show in Fredonia, New York. It's called The Lighthouse. It's like 40 minutes south of Buffalo for anyone who doesn't know. And then we're doing Pittsburgh because our friends Lotus Kid are throwing like this emo Valentine's Day show. Which Lotus Kid is super cool, and like they really do shows correctly because every show they play in Pittsburgh, where they're from, has a purpose. It's like they did a Halloween costume show. Then for Valentine's Day, they throw this emo sad boy type, Valentine's Day show. Like they don't just play a Pittsburgh show to play one. Like they make sure it's like a party and like has a purpose behind it. And then we're capping off February, which we just announced a show and we're super excited about it. At Voltage Lounge, we're opening the Can't Swim Home Safe Tour. That date. I shouldn't say the whole tour. That date. So anyone in the Philly and Jersey areas who are coming out to that show, get there early because that's where we're like ending our February on, and we're beyond excited for that one.
Yeah, that's a great tour lineup, so I'm excited to go see you guys at that one for sure. But definitely go check out Goalkeeper. Links are in the description where you can find out about their band. Go check out their EP. It's awesome. I will be doing a review of it because I've been slacking, but I'll definitely get on it for sure. I know Mark's been just like hammering me about it, so I'm going to make sure it goes out. Just a little bit, but I'm going to make sure it goes out. Go check out Goalkeeper, please. And if you're able to go see them in the South or up North, please go check them out. Awesome band to see live. And if you enjoyed this interview, share it, like it, subscribe. It goes a long way. And thanks, of course, to Mark for coming on.
Dude, thanks for having me. This was awesome. You have to get Cody on this now.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.